Yeah, what's interesting is because I've been dealing with eczema for about 30 something years already at that point, it was very tricky for me to realize that this was something even more exacerbating. But what I will say is that the lupus rash, discoid rash, was thicker. If I try to pick it, and it might sound very graphic, but when we're scratching, we're itching, we pick. We're not supposed to. So I'll say that disclaimer, right, doctors? We're not supposed to. So, but I would see that it was very red, whereas with the eczema, it was like a darker, flaky kind of look to it on my skin. And also, I had the butterfly rash, which went over the nose. That is my dog who's trying to get my attention, so I apologize.
That's okay.
Yeah, and I would just say that, really that characteristic butterfly shape on the face that Monique mentioned is a trigger, and also just the appearance itself. You think about thickness and discoloration, and so if you're comparing it to eczema, to psoriasis, et cetera, there is a distinctive appearance for that. But I think this highlights something extremely important, and that is what the rash looks like in various skin types.
Yes.
So if you're looking at skin types 4, 5, and 6, it's the rash appears differently and presents differently. And it also goes back to the comment that Caroline raised about sun sensitivity, and the use of sunscreen. And so there are a lot of factors with that rash that even our evaluation and clinical studies don't necessarily compensate for. And there's a lot of ongoing discussions right now about characterizing that. I'll share 2 personal experiences. So before working predominantly on lupus, I worked in psoriasis for a number of years. And even going into our website, psoriasis was always described as this red rash that was white and silver and flaky. Well, that was on someone of Caroline or my skin type, right? And I mean, even with my German descent, I'm more freckled and dark skin typed and skin toned in the summer months. But it still was something that over decades, people didn't even recognize or realize that it's like, okay, that's describing psoriasis in skin types 1 and 2. And when you get into skin types 4, 5, 6, it may be purple. It may almost be like a grayish black color, and I think that that's something that when we're talking today about women of color, Black women in particular, what do these presentations look like on their skin type? Yes. Their hair type. I mean, all these different elements that differ, that I really think have kind of befuddled diagnoses and really thinking about the disease as well.